We got a whole lot of yes please on my last video talking about your non-negotiables for 2026 in the foreseeable future, and I promised that if everybody wanted it, I would make separate videos for each of those topics. And so that's what we're doing, and we're starting with mindfulness practices today. So mindfulness, very simply put, is being present. The art, the act of being in the present moment. And mindfulness practices are specifically designed to get you off the hamster wheel in your mind, to get you out of focusing on the past or the future, and to just be here now and just exist as you are, as this beautiful soul in this beautiful body. So I'm going to talk about some of the mindfulness practices that I have used in my life that I felt were very helpful. And then I'm going to give you a couple of resources, and yeah, so let's just go. So I've tried a lot of things. The mindfulness practices that have made the biggest impact on me, let's start with gratitude. Gratitude practices, and we hear about it all the time. Gratitude practices are not meant to mitigate any sort of struggle or discomfort or unease that you're experiencing emotionally or otherwise. Gratitude is there to work in tandem with those things, to remind you that duality exists, that you could be really struggling with one thing, but there's also this really awesome, great, beautiful thing present for you. And it gets your mind conditioned more out of that negativity bias and into the flow of the beauty that exists all around you. So I would just make a list every morning, every night, whatever feels good for you, of all the things that I'm grateful for, all of the beautiful things in my life, big and small. I'm grateful that the sun is shining right now. I'm grateful that my pillow is soft and comfy. I'm grateful for the friends that I have. I'm grateful for this gratitude practice. I'm grateful for being a kind, compassionate person. You know, the list goes on and on. Along that line of like journaling prompts, another thing that I learned from some mentors was this. Let me remember exactly how it went, because I haven't done this for a few years. Again, I don't do this shit all the time. I'll do it until I get tired of doing it. I do it until it doesn't feel like it's serving me anymore. And then I move on to the next thing, because throughout this process, I'm growing and changing. Therefore, the approaches that I take need to grow and change as well. And I advise you to do the same. So another journaling prompt that I did was, I can't remember what they called it, but, fear dump. So you would start with just a brain dump of all of your worries, fears, doubts, insecurities, get it out of the way, and then we go into a gratitude list. What are you grateful for? Try to list at least 3 to 5 things, and then we go into the wins. What are you proud of yourself for? What are some things that you've accomplished, big or small? Okay, so those are kind of some journaling prompts that I've done that have been very helpful for me to really put things into perspective and shift my mind. And how is this a mindfulness practice? It makes you focus. It makes you focus on things that you're probably not thinking about day to day. I mean, other than the worries and fears, but it shifts your perspective. It shifts your perspective, and you have to be there present with the emotions that come up, the thoughts that come up, the desires that come in. Like, one of the most beautiful things about mindfulness to me is that it opens you up. It creates this beautiful channel of insight and downloads and wisdom and creativity and perspective shift, because when you shift your perspective, you shift your life. Okay? Now, the most impactful, most beneficial, most beautiful practice that I have cultivated for mindfulness is spending out time outside in nature. There's a quote, and I was going to look up who it's by, and I can't remember, and I'm sorry, but there's a quote out there that says, "Nature does not rush, yet everything is accomplished." When I spend time outside, and I'm not saying like I'm outside for 3 hours a day, like quality over quantity, consistency over intensity. I can spend 2 minutes standing outside, breathing in fresh air under the sunlight. I'm not even thinking about anything. I'm just there. I'm present. I'm just there. And every single time I walk inside with a huge smile on my face, feeling light, like everything is flowing, like everything's working out for me, like not a care in the world. Best feeling ever. Bliss. So that's my most favorite thing right now. Of course, meditation is also an incredible mindfulness practice, and it doesn't have to be sitting down and doing this intense, like monk style meditation, which are great. If you're there, do it. But if you're just starting out in meditation, I hear this all the time from people that I work with, is like, oh, I just can't get my brain to shut off. I just can't get the thoughts to stop coming in. Like, that's not the point. The point of meditation is not to shut off your brain. The point is to give your thoughts space to be, to work through, give your emotions space to flow, to process. You're creating space for yourself, for your mind, body, and soul to go through its natural processes instead of continuously only being cerebral, right? Because that's an imbalance. So meditation is incredible. If you want to call on spirit guides, deities, loved ones, ancestors, whoever resonates with you. I personally work very closely with archangels, the goddess Kuan Yin, the goddess Bridget. Those are my number ones. Those are the ones that I connect with the most. My higher self is just kind of this constant as well, who's always there supporting me, giving me insight, giving me downloads for my path, my journey, what I need to know. So meditation has cultivated that connection for me. And anytime I'm there present, whether I'm just sitting with myself and like giving my thoughts space, or if I'm connecting with these beings, I'm present. I'm in the moment. Okay. Those are some things that have helped me personally. There are incredible resources, and this is where I have learned to use the internet mindfully to curate the content that comes into my space and the content that I seek out. Incredible mindfulness practices out there on the internet. And just, use your discernment. Use your inner guidance to find what's best for you. Here's a book that I would also recommend, Prosperity Practices. Harnessing the Power of the Positive Thinking to Get the Life You Want by Remington Donovan. There's some really great mindfulness exercises in here. And if you just kind of want to cultivate a more positive mindset so that you can create a more intentional, conscious life, great book, great place to start. I'm going to flip to a random page and see what anyone watching needs to know right now. I'm going to take the bookmark out of that one and see if we come to that same page, because that felt like maybe not. What do we need to know? Great. Self-acceptance. Self-acceptance. So they're starting off, gratitude is an action. It is a practice and a state of being. Self-acceptance creates gratitude and vice versa. There is a yogic teaching that goes, understand through compassion or you will misunderstand the times. Don't let perfection be the enemy of the good. Sometimes it's as simple as saying, I feel good about myself. I feel good about my life. If you have a job that you hate, work out what you're grateful for. You may find yourself in a new position before long. Okay. Ooh, another great one. Worrying is praying for things you don't want. Shut that now. This is a great book. That's all I've got for mindfulness. Just a quick reminder that this is a process, and take your time. Take your time. Everyone's timeline is different. Don't rush things. Be present with yourself. Be present with life. And all is well. Stay tuned for the next video where I will be diving into another non-negotiable for 2026 and the foreseeable future. Thank you so much for being here, and let me know what you thought in the comments.